Thank you so much for having me to give this speech about a really important theme for me and for all of us who are working here in Norway with the Students' Health and Wellbeing Study, SHOT. And the issue for this speech is to talk about mental health problems and suicide attempts in university students and how important the physical exercises are. This is Norway's largest survey on students' health and well-being. We are set for several years now in the first survey done in 2010. We repeated in 2014 and 2018. And we had an extra additional survey in 2021 due to the pandemic. And we wanted to know how the students are doing now 1 year out in the pandemic restrictions. But the theme for today's lecture is is due to the data from the 2018 survey. Just to say something about the amount of data and the amount of students answering our survey. We had over 50,000 responders in 2018 and over 62,500 almost replies in the additional survey in 2021. That makes it a pretty large study. In 2021, we had the highest response rate, actually about 34%. So what about the importance of physical exercise when it comes to mental health problems and suicide attempts in university students? My name is Kari-Jussie Lønning. I am the chair of the board for this study, and it's then done every 4th year, and the next main survey will come in 2022. I'm also working daily at the Norwegian Medical Association as the head of the science department. We know everyone that physical inactivity and mental health problems are both major public health concerns worldwide. Although several studies have demonstrated the health benefits of regular physical exercise, few epidemiological studies have investigated the nature of the association between different aspects of physical exercise and mental health, and little is known regarding the possible link to suicidality. There are surprisingly few epidemiological studies on mental health problems in college and university students, despite being a crucial transitional period, with most mental disorders having an onset in late adolescence and early adulthood. Mental health problems are also directly associated with lower academic performance. Identifying risk and protective factors in the population may, therefore, have several benefits. Mental health problems have substantial consequences on educational, social, and economical outcomes. The study aimed for us to go into the data from the SHOT study, undersökelse, is to examine the association between frequency, intensity, and duration of physical exercise and mental health problems. We also want to explore whether low levels of physical activity is related to self-harm and suicide attempts among college and university students. So, as I already mentioned, we employed data from the SHOT 2018 study. The physical exercise were assessed with 3 questions. Mental health problems were assessed with both a screening tool assessing psychological distress and self-reported depressive disorder, Suicide attempts and self-harm were assessed with 2 items from the Adult Psychiatry Morbidity Survey. We had also quite a few control variables. Ja, se der ja, fikk jeg en naken jente inn I opptaket. Det fint. Sociodemographic information, body mass index, sleep duration, alcohol-related problems. The results. Physical exercise was negatively associated with all measure of mental health problems and suicidality in a dose-response manner. The strongest effect size were observed for the frequency of physical exercise. Here you can see in a tabular form the results, where you will find the deep orange giving response to high response rate on the Hopkins checklist over 2 score. That's pretty conservative for the level of where to say that the answers score for high and serious amount of psychological distress and symptoms. Women with low levels of physical activity had a near 3-fold increase of both scoring high on the HSCL-25 and self-reported depression compared to women exercising almost every day. Even stronger effect size were observed for men. Also, physical exercise duration and intensity were significantly associated with mental health problems. Given the demonstrated dose-response association between inactivity and poor mental health, self-harm and suicidal attempts, there is a need to facilitate college students to become more physical active. This is shared responsibility that resides both on a political level and on the post-secondary institutions. The cross-sectional nature of this study is meant